kidding me?
Episode 412.
You've got to throw some cold water on this situation. Start talking about nerd stuff.
You know, nerd culture is mainstream now, so when you use the word nerd derogatorily, it means you're the one that's out of the zeitgeist.
System activate.
This is Netheads with Will Wilkins and Trent Hunsaker. It's a tech podcast. But we are a ton cooler than your typical geek.
You guys rock.
And now, here's Will and Trent.
No one listens to the radio. I wasn't even listening. I was listening to podcasts. Podcasts are great. Radio's boring.
Oh, man. Are you all ready? Trent, I'm going to be honest with you. I was going to start tonight's episode a certain way. I was going to, bring in some probably copyrighted music, and I'm like, it's Saturday Netheads Live.
Live from Netheads. It's Saturday night.
There you go. I was gonna do that business, but then I figured the kids don't want that. They don't want that. They just want us to get started. They want us to get talking. By the way, hi everybody. My name is Will.
And my name's Trent.
You want to take part in the program? You can. Many ways. It's just chat wherever the hell you are. Throw a hashtag Netheads on it if you can, though. That adds a little extra stank on it. And let's see if I fix this. Trent, there's been the longest ordeal here in the studio. And so I think I want to toy with all this new formatting I've done, right?
Okay.
Because we are going to do at least two segments. We're going to do the Super Central because you did see Fantastic Four. And
did I ever?
The audience, Netheads, I don't think you understand the level to which I am excited to talk to Trent about this. Not that I wasn't excited to talk to Tony about his thoughts on Fantastic Four, but I would say that of anyone I know, the person that is the most educated in Fantastic Four lore, and the person that I know of that appreciates and is most knowledgeable about the ways of Jack Kirby,
the king.
I'm very interested now to hear your thoughts on Fantastic Four. So we'll probably go into Super Central, but unfortunately, we do have to go into a little bit of 3D printed. We're not going to get into what's my purpose yet, though, because I am looking so forward to that. But Trent, there's been the longest time I've been trying to use 3D printing in order to solve problems. Oh, and by the way, guys, if you're also out there and you're sticking around and you're like going, woohoo, what's going to happen before the end of this episode? That gigantic Galactus helmet popcorn bucket I printed, the one that's sized up to fit my head. We're going to see if it actually fits and works. We're going to see real time how awkward it is to put assembled and magnetic plastic on my head while Trent patiently talks to keep filling time, and I can mute and curse.
It's one thing to assemble it externally, right? But to do it internally, like around one's head, is going to be a whole other thing.
I mean, you look at this thing.
Right, yeah, exactly.
First of all, I got to pop that out, okay?
Sure.
Which, by the way, a little unnerving to see, right? You think it's unnerving seeing me pop it out? Okay, first of all, phrasing. Second of all, how unnerving is this?
Now, that's not a mold of your face.
No. That is what the modelers
the model.
did.
Okay.
Is it Inez? I don't know. Anyway, also then, mind you, for storage purposes, these are referred to as the ears. I don't have them permanently glued in, right? I did glue in the greebles, but right now it's also sitting on top of a holder that I in turn have to try and get this thing off of before I can get it on my face.
Gotcha.
So that's why we're doing this at the end, because I'm already exhausted. I don't know about you, Trent. I don't know what the challenges are in your life where you're like, hey, however late we can go would be better. And I'm like, you know what, 9 p.m., whatever, man, I can do that.
Yeah,
But honestly speaking, I have been, I'll come back to the 3D print thing in a minute. I had one of those days. Now, for those that don't know, I am what a lot of people I think would officially categorize as a hot mess, okay? I am a hot mess.
Yeah.
And so what that means is that I've had a plethora of things. Like we've already discussed ad nauseum the fact that I had a traumatic brain injury last year and had a recovery from that. But also over a decade ago, every time my eldest daughter, Emily, who was a young child at the time, for some reason, every time she got an ear infection, I got an ear infection. And that resulted within 1 year of my eardrum bursting 3 times. And in that is also what triggered, apparently, what they've classified, and it's a diagnosis that is absence of any other identifiable item. But I was diagnosed with a thing called Meniere's disease, because every once in a while I'll get a feeling in my ear, and the world is spinning.
Okay, I was
vertigo.
going to say, so is this the vertigo like impetus then?
It's that, yes. But today I had one of the rare instances where it's like, no, my ear doesn't feel full, and then I go to get up and the world is fucked up, because there is, I think it's called benign parallaxial positional vertigo. So it's a different kind of vertigo. It's not
Okay.
everything is spinning. It's more like my equilibrium is messed up.
It's
So,
off.
and the
Yeah.
way I explained it to my wife was great, because at the time she had found some random 3D printed object that I had. And I'm like, oh, I can use this as an example, but I'll use this Fire TV remote for it. So this type of thing is where my perception of movement is behind reality, and it hyper overcompensates. Because what's really happening is, believe it or not, guys, there's crystals in the middle of your ear.
Right.
And those things, and where they position, and the liquid that's in there, and I don't know science, that's how we have an equilibrium. That's how we know things are balanced. So this morning I woke up, and essentially it's this, okay? I move, I then perceive the movement, and it overcompensates. So it's essentially, if I'm looking to my side like this, this is what this is the real movement. And the remote in my hand, this is great for audio podcasts, by the way. The remote in my hand is my perception of movement, okay? And this is how I explained it to my wife. It's like this.
Yeah. Yep.
It's not fun. And that was me today. And it was a day the dogs have to go to the groomer. So I took them to the groomer, praying to God in traffic. I did not have to whip my head around very much.
Right. Yeah.
So-
like yell at them. Sit down. Shut up. I'll turn this bus around.
No, not the dogs. I never speak to them that way.
Oh, okay. Good.
I'm talking to them like they're babies, man.
Yeah, because they are. They're just the precious little boys and girls.
They really are. They really are. Also, by the way, before we get into anyway, the whole point is I went through my whole day and I'm still feeling off, but I figured, if we can't, it's one of those things where, like, I'm already used to vertigo. I'm already used to issues. And it's almost like I want to use this as an opportunity to reach out, because I've never spoken to anyone else that has a condition, a chronic situation, an ongoing thing. So I just want to know, like, for those people too, are you like me and you just get to a point where it's like, yeah, this is fucked up and inconvenient, but I still got to live my life and I'm not going to stop. And that's what I do most of the time with the other type of vertigo I have. But today I persevered and did all the stuff. So yay me, I'm a hero. Great. Let's all clap for Will, everybody. Okay, thank you. About time. While you're at it, let's give another hand up for the belated happy birthday for the birthday boy in the room. That's right, Trent Hunsaker. 29 years young. Look at him, guys.
In a row?
Yeah. 37. Oh, is it the magical one?
No, it's 40.
I didn't think so, because I'm like
42 or 3.
Yeah, I'm like, if I'm 54, that guy is like 10 or 11 behind me. So
82, 5, 8. No, 83. So I'm 42.
Okay. Oh, hey.
Whew.
Trent, I got some good news. This is the year you find out the answer to life, the universe, and everything.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I've got my towel, so I'm ready to go.
There you go. And you are a cool fruit, so I think we're safe. How did you spend your birthday, sir?
Working on my wall.
Awesome. That is a great story. Thank you so much for sharing. Glad to hear so many people came out to. Did anyone come out to help you with your wall for your birthday?
No,
by the way,
it was
hold
Labor
on.
Day.
Hold on. And also, apologies. This is, I think, the first year I did not text you on your birthday in quite a while. Anyway,
Oh.
There was a good, healthy run, because I always like the September 1st. First of all, I think about you every first of the month. Okay. I don't know why.
It's because I'm such a Bone Thugs fan, and you're
Yes,
like,
that's what it is.
Wake
There we
up,
are.
It's the first of the month.
Yeah. So it's that. And then I always associate you with September because your birthday is September 1st. So
yeah.
But as I said on the textual message, and I hope this is acceptable, I apologize for missing your birthday. I was just caught up in too much of my own bullshit.
Yeah.
Very good.
And it was a Labor Day, so everyone, it's like it's the last chance to summer.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah,
like,
it is.
for everybody.
And let me tell you something too. I just unlocked the proper way to care for my pool myself. Just as we are entering the weeks where we will not be retaining heat in the pool anymore.
Exactly. It's not going to work anymore.
For years I've had a pool service that would come in. They would scrape the wall, they would brush the walls, and they would manage my chemicals. Because in my infinite wisdom, I put in that vinyl pool, and guess what? Nobody does pool care for. Vinyl pools. So I've got one guy that would be willing to come and do that. And then, like at the end of last year, I'm like, I'm going to stop service again until March, just like I always do. And then March came around. I'm like, you guys coming? What's up? And they're like, can you send us a picture of what the pool looks like? I did that. Forgot about them. And that cycle just continued. Nothing against them. Not going to mention their name. But I've been having issues, right? And the thing is, it's always the basics. It's always the basics.
Right.
I looked at the pool, and I looked at the pump, and I looked at what was returning back into the pool, and I'm like, you know what? I bet you those filters need to be cleaned. But still, I go through the brushing and the color or the chlorine and the treatment and all the stuff, and it's not really it's getting better. I can get it to clear again, but then it'll get green again, blah, blah, blah. And wouldn't you know it, like the one time when I had to force myself to clean the filters because the pressure washer was at the back of the house so I could clean the filters, but it was hooked up to the front faucet. And you got to understand, Trent, I'm having an issue with my sprinklers, so I needed the hose up in the front so I could water a corner of the lawn by hand.
It wasn't getting, no, I understand that fully.
All of accomplishing what I'm about to accomplish, mind you, again, is predicated just because I want to do something else. And I'm lazy and bad with my tools.
Right.
So
you got to justify having the tools.
So I did that, but sure enough, Trent, I tell you what, I opened it up, and the filters were clogged and disgusting and needed to be cleaned. Also, I got to say,
you can't clean them though, right? You don't just throw them away. You
clean them
out.
You clean them. If they're really bad, you can also soak them in chlorine to try and extend their life. A chlorine water balance, or it's acid of some kind. I don't know, man. I don't mess with this stuff.
You just
as much.
pee on it.
But the funniest part is that I knew this was what was happening because I had one bloom and I got the water clear, which logic just tells you all of that stuff went in the filter. You got to clean it.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
But the other funny revelation I had as I was pressure washing those tubes and those pleats this time was also acknowledging the amount of pet hair that was also,
dude,
because I got them Samoyeds and they drop that fur.
Dude, I would imagine that's all it is.
It might have been. I don't know.
Right?
Actually, you know what's funny in talking about the 3D printing bullshit? I don't buy baskets anymore. I 3D print them for the filter. The filter basket.
Gotcha. Yeah.
That has on the skimmer.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I just 3D print my own now. And it seems like they last longer.
And
I don't
if
know.
Not, BFD.
So
right?
that is one way 3D printing does benefit my life.
Absolutely.
But what I wanted to say 45 ideas ago was that and by the way, a special shout out to Geek Renderer in the chat and Buddy the Elf. I see you in the green room, Bud, but honestly, it's not wired up right. There's feedback coming out of that computer, and I didn't fire it up here. So my apologies, but go ahead and join us in the chat so we can hear you. Buddy the Elf, by the way, guest 2 episodes ago, bringing us his recap of San Diego Comic-Con. Go ahead and check that out if you did. Episode 410, I believe, if my math is accurate. I have, as you know, been going through a Stream Deck journey in trying to find the right place to put the controllers that let me do things like cut to you, cut to me, cut to the 2 shot with just a hand motion. And I've been trying to figure out the right way. Now, just to catch you up, I had the 2 individual devices side by side. I had them side by side in special Gridfinity holders, so that way they were more encapsulated and structured.
Sure.
And after a lot of time, I'm like, this is taking up too much desk space. And then I discovered the 3D printing community has freely created drawers that fit under the desk that you can put them in. And I'm like, this is it.
Slides out.
This is it. But then I discovered finding just the right place for these damn drawers to be.
So you're not hitting it with your knee when you spin around. Yeah, dude.
Well, more to the point, the chair arms. Also, I don't need it to be a game of chance and mystery and memory trying to know if I'm homing on the right button on this controller and that controller. Whereas I'm going to show you now because let me tell you how I've set this up now. Because I had a Stream Deck, the standard one, which is 3x5, so that's 15 buttons. The other one is 4x8, so that's 32 buttons, if my math does still stand. It's Saturday night, and I'm dizzy. Yeah. Who knows? So the biggest problem, takes up too much desk space. The other problem is you're also like, I have to hand coordinate, because one controller controls the video on one computer, the other controls the audio on another computer.
Okay.
Way too detailed, but,
gotcha.
Thanks for sharing, Will. So one other guy in God's green universe, only one, put together, hey, I did this design. It's probably not the most efficient, but it'll let you hold an XL and a standard, one over the other. I'll be goddamn, Trent, if this isn't the solution.
So it's like, oh, there you go.
It's angled so I can hit all the buttons. In case you guys want to know what it looks like, that's my view. There's the sound files on the bottom.
The angled, and it even gives you like a place for your hand to just rest, right?
Okay, now, best of all, first of all, you couldn't really see it, but you zip tied the cords all the way down.
Smart.
There are 2 different USB hubs each one goes into for the computers right there. So if I need desk space, I can just unplug them now, move them out of the way, bring them back in when I need them. And only one other guy. This is the only person I've seen that made this one thing that I need. And again, printing-wise, wasn't the most efficient, but honest to God,
but it works.
I don't care because it works perfect now. So we accomplished that. We got past that trend. But let's get out of the 3D printing world. Nobody gives a crap about that on Saturday Night Live. On Saturday Netheads Live.
Netheads Live, yeah. Well, I mean, until we get into the helmet side of it, of 3D printing.
Yep. Yeah. Well, we'll come back to that. Oh no, my friend. Wait, hold on. Because no. There is it is still coming. If you guys have been watching thus far and you thought you were entertained, wait until we get to
what is my purpose?
Because when we get to
what is my purpose?
This is one of the moments I'm having the most joy because I actually 3D printed something to serve a purpose in my home. And when I realized, as I laid all the pieces out, what I was looking at, I said, oh my gosh, I cannot wait to present this to the president of the Dildonics Institute, the dean of Dildonics.
Yeah, the dean of Dildonics. Yeah, the Dildonic dean.
Dildonic Dean Trent. You need to change your name. Start it with a D, then you'll be Dildonic Dean Dave or something
Dave,
like that.
yeah.
Right?
Dong.
So I was giddy with that. That's still coming up. Don't go anywhere, guys, please.
Well, I mean, with the segment like "What is my purpose?" Are we joining a cult? Is that what this is? Is that where this is going? Because dude,
purpose?
I'm in, right? I'm down. I just want a heads up.
I'm okay. Sure. Well, I mean,
I, for one, welcome our ant overlords.
I mean, don't we, honestly speaking, in everything we do, in some level, we've joined a cult, okay?
For sure.
It's just like the amount, how much is this cult actually taking advantage of me?
Yes.
I don't mean to speak about anything in your life, Trent, but like my wife has been captivated lately by this lady on TikTok that is a former Mormon, and she's dropping science on people about all of the things in the church.
Yeah.
And I'll just say it presents a very interesting perspective.
Well, and on top of that, I just watched the HBO documentary on the influencer who was like beating her children with an LDS family counseling services person.
Oh yeah.
Like that thing blew my brain just
right? Oh, and speaking of which, by the way, Netflix tearing it up with the doc. Usually I'm behind the times on the documentaries. I hear about them long after the fact,
Yeah.
Like I was 8 months behind Tiger King.
Right.
The Making a Murderer, I think I was a month behind that, but it just so happens Labor Day weekend, the missus and I fell upon another very interesting documentary that just dropped called Unknown Caller.
Yes, I watched the trailer. It's in my queue. Yeah, it was good.
It is. I hate to swear so much, but it's Saturday night and we're in safe harbor. It is one of the most fucked up things I have ever seen.
This is the one about the texts that are coming into from
an
unknown
unknown caller,
Dude,
and it's harassing
one
girl, her boyfriend. Then it extends to other people,
but it's
that
like
are
weirdly
getting accused of being that person.
And weirdly inside like needs to know her pretty well stuff that is being sent to her, right? Yeah.
I won't go any deeper because I want to let people watch it. But honestly speaking, as a parent, my jaw was dropped. And the only funny and frustrating thing about it is that, once again, I did one of those things where I literally came in the room latest and Denise was watching it.
And you nailed it.
And
like,
she's
it's so-and-so.
She's like, it's one of them. And she's like, no, there's no way. And here's
I'm
why.
telling you, babe.
A, B, Z. And I'm
Sorry.
like, no, it's one of them.
Sorry, babe.
And sadly, I was right. So, but like, if you guys want to see just some, I don't know if it will destroy your faith in humanity. It certainly won't bring it back. I'll tell you.
Yeah, it can't get any worse.
Anyway, and also, does that one also have a connection to like the Salt Lake area?
I don't think so. That one, no. There's
Okay.
no, I don't think so. I mean, there's plenty of though for the.
My
the Salt
ears
Lake
always
area.
perk up around like when they mention Salt Lake or Utah.
Dude,
I'm always like, oh wait,
because
wait,
it
wait.
is.
Is this something I can ask Trent about?
It is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs here, dude. Like just insane.
Where were we going when we dipped into the whole Netflix
shit.
thing of
We're
things,
talking
right?
about
Because
the
I was like,
3D
3D printing. I
3D
showed you the
printing,
demonstration.
And
I can't wait to show you the Dildonics. Oh yes, that's right. I wanted to drop into Super's Central, Trent, because even though we're doing all that other stuff, the most important thing that we're doing is we're finally getting to hear from the other nethead what it is that they think of the great movie Fantastic Four First Steps. I spoke of it in abstract terms. I mean, the netheads are sick of this because I keep saying the same shit episode after episode.
yeah.
But last week Tony and I got into spoilers, and now you're joining us. But like, honestly, what was your? I don't want to taint it, and I don't want to plant anything in. What was your reaction to this film?
This is not hyperbole. This is 100% truth. Streaming tears of joy and happiness and just pure nonplussedness from the opening credits to the very last text of the entire film. Just end credits, very last thing that it was just tears of joy and happiness.
They rip a heart out.
Oh, dude.
When when you find out why it's universe, what was it, like 828?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I have said something many times. Also, the openly weeping thing. I'd like to remind people that I had the same reaction watching Avengers Endgame as the portals are opening and everything's coming in. Not because the emotional message that's being presented,
right? Not
because it's a group of heroes coming together to do what's right and save the entire universe. No, it was because I was visually seeing something that I had absolutely no hope in my lifetime as a comic book reader of seeing. As
Ever.
that little kid,
Yep.
Like this for me was the most Secret Wars moment that I had seen. If I want to equate it to a comic book series I had followed, and right down to the fact somebody posted a video of the San Francisco Symphony having a screening of Avengers Endgame where they're playing it live, and it's from the moment of On Your Left through Assemble. That is and I'm watching it, and again. I started to well up because I'm like, I was instantly back in that moment of not believing of what I'm seeing, and I'm hearing the crowd, and I'm remembering what it was like seeing this movie with with other people. And anyway, I totally get it.
Yep.
How do you feel? Because I think I alluded to the fact that there are plot points to this movie that it makes sense that it's in a retro futuristic
Yes. Yep.
1960s. Now that you've seen it, I can go into detail. Again, sorry you guys are hearing this again. But I feel like this Galactus story could only happen in this type of environment because if you give Reed Richards everything that we have in the sacred timeline,
oh, dude,
there's no issue.
He would have stopped it, no problem. Exactly.
Exactly.
Yep.
It just would have been over. So that part makes sense. But I also thought it was very clever, from my perspective, that they set it in this way to erase all of our preconceived notions of Fantastic Four.
Yes.
And they did it so in such a beautiful tribute to the source material.
Oh my God, yeah.
So let's get into that, my friend. I'm almost willing to just sit aside and get like your 5-minute review of it. Just your dump. Because you know what? It's been enough time and I've seen the box office numbers. If you didn't see it, it's your own goddamn fault. We're getting into the deets. But what do you got, man? What do you got?
I fingers crossed, dude. I really, really hope that they will at least get a nomination for set design, because if rewatch it and then look at like all the props that were made that are so much thought went into every single piece of everything that you see, and it's so retro future. It is as if in 1962, when Jack Kirby drew the Fantastic Four, this is what the future looked like to him, right? This, but set in now, right? And like it's so spot on from the Fantastic R to to the cathode ray tube, everything, to the Bakelite, everything. Oh man, it was so first and foremost, like I don't know if it deserves a story nod or anything, but as far as the Academy is concerned, dude, I don't know of anyone that has got so much just like pure heart in set design. It's insane.
Yeah, they really tied the room together.
Did it
right down to the point that they're willing to waste precious minutes of film time for Johnny Storm to argue with the Fantastic Kitchen. Fantastic Kitchen, close. Or whatever he says to it. And yeah, and he's just like, nobody needed to see that, but God, I'm glad they did that.
And oh my God, even to like the open fireplace room that's like down at a lower level that was so ubiquitous of like the 1960s, right? Where this is our thinking room. This is where we'll come in and we'll talk to each other.
And especially that it's that curved, coned fireplace.
Yes.
You're just like, okay,
dude,
there could be shag rug over there.
Yeah, but it's still like got enough 50s flair that you're not into like pastiche 70s like adoption of all of that, right? It still feels new and cool. And like you were saying earlier too, like just like with this latest rendition of the Spider-Man, we don't need an origin story, right?
Right.
We just it's fine.
And notice
doesn't matter.
They just did it with like a quick little trailer in the very beginning.
As he's welcoming them to dude, it was man. Just
the only upsetting thing is that it recently came out. Oh no, that was in the movie. Never mind. There was supposed to be a little more to all of that, so they condensed it down and they delivered a great little package to us. It's the reason why John Malkovich isn't seen in the movie, but was originally seen in a trailer.
Gotcha.
So
as the Red Ghost, right?
Yes, the Red Ghost, which is why there is a quick throwaway moment of fighting the Red Ghost and his chimpanzee
and his orangutans. Yeah,
orangutan army.
You know, it's funny. I didn't know that's what he was cast as, but in my brain, I'm like, well, who would it be? It would have to be the Red. Like, I would cast him as the Red Ghost. Oh, and that's the other great thing too, is when they're highlighting all of their foes that they've bested. That's like the first, outside of issue number 5. That's like the first 8 issues of the Fantastic Four and Namor. So Namor and Doom, but everyone else, boom, 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 boom. Like they're all in there. It is the most perfect love letter to the most influential man in comics that hasn't even been hinted at before. Like
Mm-hmm.
to me, it was just like, oh my god, dude, I just
And you know, the other thing about the first family of Marvel that I don't think a lot of people realize that they're always going to get support from the audience of Spider-Man because they are just integral to
yes,
him,
absolutely.
to the original run
Yep.
of the comic books. Like one of the very he's trying to get a job with the Fantastic
With the Fantastic
Four.
Four, yep, exactly, yeah. In
You know,
in,
it's
in the
that
first
classic
issue.
cover where he's in the glass tube and they're
Yep.
all oh man.
Yep.
So you know, there's always going to be audience there too, that's going to come across. But you know, just like when I went to go see Superman, this movie was multi-generational because we've had so many iterations of the
Right.
Fantastic Four.
Exactly,
right,
yeah.
right down to a 60s cartoon that some people would still connect with. Too.
And they work into the goddamn movie.
Right.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean it was clever, but you know, look, I got to be honest, Trent. I need to get your thoughts about the Galactus we see in this movie.
Okay.
And while I'm getting your thoughts, I'm honestly buying some Robux for my daughter because she's having a sleepover. I'm being a bad dad right now,
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
I didn't even throw that in the
Yeah,
mix.
yeah.
No, it's not. I'm not a bad dad. Look, we got her
No.
a friend, and now
And
they're keeping busy.
and
Okay?
she doesn't want dad like there the whole time. That
No.
would be a bad dad.
Get in your closet and turn on your lights, Father. We're gonna have fun out here,
Yes.
and it's not with you.
It's a girls' night.
But I seriously, I am very interested to hear your thoughts on this representation. Finally getting a Galactus
An
that looks like a
actual
Galactus,
Galactus.
but also what you thought of the whole kind of thing of how this story involves Galactus and how it was resolved of Galactus. You know,
Yeah.
the
yeah.
whole kit and caboodle, man.
Yeah,
Because
no.
for those that don't know, if you're going long, Buddy the Elf would testify to this because he goes long. He's now long tooth in the lore because he's
Yeah.
most recent with it too.
Yeah.
But Trent, once we realized maybe the deities we have aren't working, he went straight to one. Mighty Galactus.
Well, and it's very interesting because one could argue that the way the interaction that the Fantastic Four have with Galactus is pretty much directly the same way that traditional Judaism, the relationship that they have with Elohim, with God, and it's not necessarily a God who is there to like take care of you, but he will promise you things when you make a covenant, a compact, a promise with them, and then he goes off and does his thing, and then you get yours. And in this case, it was, yeah, okay, I will not, well, I guess it didn't, and they ended up zapping him away, but in the comics, it's more related that way. Anyway, no, like you guys don't even understand because I do say Galactus as far as God goes because that's the most real world thing in my life that I think I could do it. If you go back and look at Rise of the Silver Surfer, that's a pretty good movie until the Galactus shows up, because then it's like a space storm, maybe, we're not sure, but we kind of see his face coming out and chomping. There's so much that could have been done, but it wasn't.
And it's funny you mention that because in many ways, I feel unrelated to this, but related in the same way. When we saw Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, at the moment where we see Ego's face was in the face of the planet, I always felt in some way that was a little bit of a cheeky nod to the face of Galactus momentarily with it like almost
So
like, okay, we're
weird.
just going to give them a 10th of a second so they have
And
what they
that's
want.
all it is, yeah.
I mean, really it is, because
It is,
of like
I know.
Spider-Man No Way Home, all of us got giddy when Electro is getting, every time he uses his powers, he's getting the lightning star on his face. You know, we were just, okay, yeah, we're shills for this. But what do you think about this visual representation?
Oh,
of
it
the
was
character?
so and oh god, I think what is so important and why I'm so enamored with the 3.75 action figures is that their scaling is the only one that works to sell Galactus as an action figure. And they did it perfectly in the scaling of him like holding them and pulling Reed Richards apart and everything. Like it shows that like, oh no, like this is just a giant. He is a giant humanoid.
Yeah.
Which my brother the other day he's like I don't get it, like why is Galactus such a big deal? And I was like, oh man, he's the only being to have survived the past universe. So he made it through the Big Bang. He's the only being that went pre-Big Bang to post-Big Bang.
Mm-hmm.
So he is inevitable. He is the Galactus. He hungers.
Which, by the way, in the long run, I realize any Silver Surfer or any person that makes a deal with him to be his herald, right?
Yeah.
To spare their planet, he is inevitable.
Yeah.
All you've done is you've bought your race. You've bought the people
Time.
you loved time to live a life and die.
But eventually, it
Yeah.
all will be consumed.
The bill comes due.
Absolutely.
Anyway.
Yeah. No, it's so true.
I loved when we were first shown Galactus. We weren't first shown Galactus. I liked the way that while it was in his ship, he was still somewhat obscured. He was hard to see, and I don't think that was a choice because they were running out of visual budget.
No.
You know,
it's so brilliant. It's very much the same way that Fantastic Four 48. They keep on talking about Galactus, and the Silver Surfer shows up, and he's like telling them that Galactus is coming, and they're like they don't know, they're speculating, blah blah blah. And then in the last panel, you finally see him, and then you have an issue of him afterwards. But it's like, excuse me,
it's all the dust from that wall you're building. You
but
you got potatoes growing in your chest.
They're in my ears actually.
Ah.
No, I truly think that like they were just like how can we play this out like a comic book is paced, and they did it so perfectly. Like I couldn't.
Yeah, the juxtaposition of perspective and size, making him
Oh,
hard
yeah.
to see in that until like the big city reveal, which in itself was an amazing payoff.
Oh my gosh.
And a great job of again setting scale for us.
Exactly.
Because
Yeah.
it's just like Homeboy just reached down into a park to take a sniff of the thing. Which, by the way, the other smart thing that I love in this, whether it's in the comics or not, is the fact that he has a hunger that even goes beyond him. So he has come up, his ship is a giant machine
Yes.
that takes a broken down planet and converts it to the energy
Yep.
that can feed him.
Yeah.
That
Yep.
makes a lot more sense when you say he's the planet eater.
Eater. Yes, he's a devourer of worlds. Yeah.
Yes.
Like he actually like you see the memes or the jokes or whatever of him like biting a plant. No, it's a machine that comes down and just sucks all the life, energy, force, the raw material of a planet until it's just a husk or it just implodes.
Now, it's interesting that in elements of this Marvel Cinematic Universe, okay, we now have seen two entities
Yes.
that require the death of a planet to live.
Yes.
First we had whatever his name was in Eternals.
Yes.
Because apparently Eternals are born because the planets are the eggs and their development
inside.
is what feeds them and helps them build up
Yes.
until they're ready to be born.
Yeah.
And now of course Galactus. So it's interesting because we know they're going to come into, I'm just referring to it as the sacred timeline because I can't get shit right. Dude, I talked about Superman for I don't know how long and and Peacemaker, and I still screwed up and referred to it as the DCEU, which it's not anymore. It's not the extended universe, it's just the DCU. So I got that backwards and instantly lost all credit. That's why I'm only allowed to wear a black shirt today.
Black shirt
I
for
couldn't
now,
have
yeah.
my pew pew. I couldn't
Nope.
have my Superman.
Nope.
I couldn't have my Batman.
Nope.
I've been put into a penalty box.
You might as well just be a stagehand at this point.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. There was so much I loved about this. The only thing that I found frustrating was that I felt that there was more story that was cut from the Thing having a romantic interest.
Without a doubt. And I actually I was a little torn because I really like the idea that he can only trust himself to have feelings for someone who can't see him, as we have with the traditional Alicia Masters. But the casting on his interest, and the fact that she's a reformed rabbi is pretty rad actually too. And because and as you watch it the whole time, I'm just like, that's Jack. That's Jack Kirby. Like he fashioned the thing, the way he talks, the way the curmudgeonliness, the cigar that he always had.
Oh my God! How did you react when you heard Bleecker Street?
Him. Oh my dude, come on. Like, oh, but the most shocking thing to me, above all, because I went into it without seeing a single trailer, was the Franklin storyline.
Oh they went there right away.
Oh, it took until like the late '80s for Franklin to come out and then become like a thing in it, and they're like, nope, right off the bat, this is why Galactus is actually now so interested. Which, spoiler alert, if they follow the comics, he's the most powerful mutant ever born.
Yep. Well, obviously, what did you think about the clear showing of Sue having the power cosmic restore her?
Yes, dude.
And it's like, oh, there he goes. It's like, well, chips are down.
Yep.
I got to flex.
Yep, I got it. Whoa.
Well, actually, it's
this
probably
is how
not
I'm
even
gonna get my
that.
bottle.
It's just that he has this raw power, and he has the desires of a child. So it was just as simple as, no, wait, I want my mommy.
I need my mom.
And that gets translated into,
yeah,
I want
dude.
mommy. God, now
dude.
I just got goosebumps because I'm realizing something that was there the whole time. But but it's true. It's just kind of like that, and that's why it happens.
Yeah, and it shows just how he cannot be separated from his power. Like it's like his arm. It's just an extension of him. It's part of him. And there, like, and in the comics, there's a huge thing where, he gets taken into the future, and he's joins up with Cable, and they're fighting the whole mutant annihilation stuff that's going on. So there's some stuff that can be played out there. Essentially, he can just change reality, and he can create pocket universes of realities and within realities and stuff. So he's infinite, not unlike Galactus. So the pairing on that one, I was like, oh, how are they gonna get the audience to buy in this? I'm like, oh, they did. It's fine.
And what's interesting too, by the way, pocket universes have come out as the latest It Girl. I don't know if you're aware of this, Trent, because in the Superman movie, Lex Luthor has created pocket universe, a pocket universe.
Okay.
But what he's able to do is he has portals all over the world that can access the pocket universe. So he could at one moment, let's say, be in China.
Sure.
And just walk into this gateway, if you will.
And then come out,
And and then just a few steps within a space in between, and then boom, he's back in Metropolis.
With the same way Magic and Nightcrawler travel.
Yeah, kind
they
of.
Go,
but
they
a
go
lot more
into an
dangerous.
alternate. Yeah. Well, I mean,
dangerous.
they're going to hell, and then
and I just to let you know as well, one of my favorite television series, and I'm not saying this to be mean. I'm just saying I'm not sure exactly why. Maybe it's because it's sort of a series that it travels along the dark side a little bit to where it actually in some ways helps enhance our considerations of the world around us right now. And believe it or not, I'm actually talking about Peacemaker. Because it was at Peacemaker season 1, you had this odd situation where this almost anti-hero is recruited for something, and in the end he has to make a pivotal decision. Do I let this alien race do this and the planet may go on forever, or do I make sure everyone has their free will and we're going to kill ourselves?
Yep.
And so that was like a level I wasn't expecting. And season 2 of Peacemaker heavily revolves around pocket universes again, because in Superman it became a problem. So they figure out a way to monitor for it. And in season 1 of Peacemaker, his dad has this collapsible quantum expanding space. And now it turns out it's actually a trans-dimensional portal. That space is shared by 99 other realities as well.
Okay.
So there are 99 other doors.
It's the gutter space.
Right, and it's central right now to the plot, which
Okay.
we'll get to just in a few minutes. I still want to wrap up with. But again, Pocket Universes is like, wow, this is just, that's the thing now, huh? That's what we're going to do?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like it's the new wizard.
Exactly.
We used to have a wizard do it. Now it's put in Pocket Universe.
People are tired of potions, you know? They just, they're tired of potions. Interesting stuff with this season of Peacemaker. Have you been able to see any of it yet, Trent?
I haven't yet. No,
I'm gonna get just a little spoilerish because there was
by all means.
something I noticed.
Okay.
When it came to watching, I think, episode 2.
Okay.
And then I noticed it a lot more in episode 3. In the first episode, spoilers for Peacemaker, everybody. If hop ahead and when it doesn't sound like we're talking about Peacemaker again. So Peacemaker now has his dad's house. And one night he goes to let Eagly fly in the quantum closet when it's too cold outside because there's all this space because the eagle is demanding out. And that's how he discovers there are other universes. And one of them he discovers that his father is still alive, his brother is still alive, and they are known as the top trio. And they appear to be heroes in that reality.
Okay.
So it's the complications that bring into a down-and-out anti-hero.
Right.
Right? As you can imagine. And it appears that he has stumbled upon a reality that is the best reality ever. Until you start thinking about things. It's like, well, who was Augie Smith in season 1? And how is he a hero in season 2? Then they also made a careful notice that I mentioned that I like instantly clued in on. Because previously in Peacemaker in this DCU, we've heard him refer to Bloodhaven. But in this time, when they're surprised to see Christopher in this reality, like his brother said, I thought you were in Bloodhaven with like umlauts. And you say umlauts and you say other universe.
Yeah.
I'm thinking we're in reality X.
Something's changed. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I will just say,
That's
in watching
smart.
the show, if you've watched it and enjoy it, still go back and rewatch episodes 2 and 3.
Yeah.
You'll notice in certain places there's a considerable lack of melanin. Okay.
Gotcha.
It does. It looks very white. Is
Sure.
all I'm saying, Trent.
Yeah.
There's no other shades or anything else. So I think that's where we're going with this, and it's amazing because Gunn is building a new season.
Right.
But it's actually, because last time the stakes were really big, and it seems like it's actually very, instead, it's very small. It's very localized.
Localized,
now.
yeah.
Like it's really more of a Peacemaker and his place in the universe. And it looks like, honestly speaking, if we pull back on it, I bet you this entire series runs over the course of just what we would think of as 3 or 4 days.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, God, and I hope because how I love when artists use their work as a means of working through stuff. And in my mind, I'm thinking, well, yeah, James Gunn is like the hottest thing in the world right now. So is this him just like realizing how small he actually is and how what he doesn't really matter, and then he's working it out through this I don't know. I don't know
either.
Satan's
I don't
pretty
know either. All I know is he has said time and time again that making Peacemaker is the best time he has. It's absolutely the project that he loves.
Yeah.
Which then, and you can tell when you hear the music and everything that's going on. But it is such a juxtaposition to go from Superman to this. But the best part, actually, if you're not aware of it, Trent, because you can catch it on the HBO Go. Wait, no, I'm so sorry. Over on HBO Max. No, wait, gosh darn it. I'm sorry. Was it HBO Go?
No, I think currently, as of right now, the app is HBO Max. But
no, we're going to become it's Max.
They just announced. So it was Max.
No.
Now it's HBO Max.
Yes.
And like I shit you not, over the weekend, last weekend they announced that it's going to change, and I think it's just going to HBO.
Oh. Aurora Boreas. We have the snake is eating its tail. Reality is collapsing, and we're falling back into.
It is an
Oh my
Escher
gosh.
drawing of name recognition.
Look, I think I can safely say now that in the latter part of the 1990s, there was a very brief period where I worked for AT&T. Okay. And I ended up getting hired in an office that supported a product line that they basically bought. So this was a company that was then bought by AT&T and ingested within AT&T.
Yeah.
And to say that the interworkings were not unlike attempting to get through the not the centaur. What's the bull-headed guy?
Yeah, the
Minotaur's maze.
Maze, yeah, the labyrinth.
But yeah. So I'm absolutely not surprised that the company that owns that is doing all of this. It's just like, you know what? Fucking make it HBO.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh my god. Anyway, over on I guess HBO now, they spun it up knowing that they were going to do it for season 2. They went back and did season 1, but it's the official Peacemaker podcast with James Gunn.
Oh, that's smart.
That's the title. And the best part is, I kid you not, in every episode, he almost mocks the fact that they're making him include his name in the title.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No,
in some of them. He's having fun with it.
So is it basically like a commentary track that you watch along with?
No, not at all. No, it's like an after show. It's like an after show.
I've told you my $1 million idea, right? On this.
No.
Will I look, guys, I don't need the royalties for it. I'm just telling you an easy way.
Do. Let me tell you, do.
To print money.
You're going to be done. Wait, hold on.
Any streaming service.
Hold on. After we're done doing this podcast, you're firing up floodlights and you're going to be continuing to build a wall. You do need the royalties. A licensing fee at a minimum.
Sure. Okay. So copyrighted 9/6/2025. No. So let's say whatever streaming platform you're the owner of, you're the CEO of, right? You've got the rights to show X, Y, and Z for the next 6 months or whatever, right? These are old movies, perhaps. People have seen them before. How do we get a new audience to come and relive with these movies? Oh, I don't know. Why don't we take a page out of the physical media playbook of the early 2000s? Let's bring the director into our studio and have him record a Netflix commentary track for this thing that's streaming on our service for the next 6 months. Then you have an incentive for someone to come back, and it's the only place you will ever get to hear this comment because it was recorded specifically for Netflix. As just a track you could select in your audio options, right? I'll do that commentary track and rewatch this movie I love so much.
And then you're going to have all the companies clamoring to determine how much of their library's already been signed up for this, so that way they can make sure they're probably getting their IT team to figure out how to sync it all up and start arranging an audio studio so they can undercut your. Look, you know what, man?
So
it's just AT&T trying to bring you down, Trent.
Yeah, I mean, what? You want me to use even more of your bandwidth so I have to like download it and then synchronize and hit play on the podcast? And oh no, it's horseshit.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
We'll do it live.
The Ralph Report this past week has become a major focus of one of the other great moments in audio history with Casey Kasem melting down doing local spots, and then he can't come out of a goddamn upbeat number and talk about somebody's dead fucking dog.
That's right. I remember that. It's
ponderous, man.
Yeah.
That's been making a resurgence, and it's I love it because even like before this resurgence, like one of my favorite things is just like it's two of them. One, I had a boss that used to always go staggering. Like it's just so staggeringly dumb. But the other one is I would go like it's ponderous, man. It's fucking ponderous. Because of that, and it doesn't even apply to the things in my life that I'm doing, but I'm still saying it out loud.
It's still Sabotage.
You know, I say, you say sabotage, I say
You say
sabotage.
I say sabotage.
What a fucking... And by the way,
I love that one too.
still going strong somehow.
Oh yeah, he's hitting up the Salt Lake Fanex here in a couple of weeks.
I apparently, guys, spite can just go ahead and fuel
Forever.
your hate fire to
Yeah.
burn the ember forever long. Don't get me wrong, I love William Shatner.
Oh yeah.
But
And
it's
I
funny.
mean,
It's funny that he's doing these things now, because for the longest time he wouldn't do them,
At
wouldn't
all.
do autographs.
Nope.
Like, fuck
Nothing.
right off with that, is
Yep.
what he would say.
Yep. And now it's like, oh yeah, well, okay, sure. You'll pay me how much? Okay, sure.
Exactly. Trent, we're getting long in the tooth ourselves. And nobody's building that wall for you, but I really gotta take us on this journey.
Yeah.
We gotta. I'm so sorry. I apologize, but we gotta get into the 3D printed section, and specifically,
What is my purpose?
ladies and gentlemen, if you're not aware of what this is, I will tell you. It's very simple. It is very easy. I have 3D printed something over the last week. I have determined, you know what? I wonder if Trent can look at this and determine.
What is my purpose?
So, Trent,
Okay.
usually I'm just like making you look at the tiny little square,
Yeah.
and I'm trying to hold it up to the camera, and
Yeah.
I'm like drifting off to the side, and it's not going right. I
Right,
figured
yeah.
there was a way I could give you a slight advantage.
Okay.
If your side is set up the way I think it is,
Yeah.
then I could pull this up, and you would
Okay.
see maybe a better look at what
Yeah.
we're talking about.
Yeah. I'm just getting
Now-
in big in this.
Just so everybody knows, I have been giddy all day to get to this point. It is the thing that has powered me through all of my delirium and all of my dizziness and my disconcerting moments. I'm running out of words.
Okay.
Are we at the point where I start holding things up?
I think my guess is that this is because the last time we did this, it was the to hold your ice cream cup, your Ben and
Oh,
Jerry's,
yeah.
right?
Yes.
And I
Yeah.
thought it was to hold your ramen.
Which by the way, would still work for that too.
Oh yeah.
But since then, my wife found one that is a Highland cow, and in either one of the hooves hold it.
Yes.
So I had to make that for her and
Yeah.
her friend. They're gonna have an ice cream date sometime. I mean,
Okay. I'm guessing that this
yes,
is for tamping. These are 3 different tools
yes.
used to tamp your puck, your espresso puck.
Interesting. It is very interesting that you took it in that direction. For those of you playing on the audio version, just so you know, what we're looking at is a black handle. Like, think of a broomstick, except that it's textured over 90% of it with small
Yeah.
bumps that go over the full perimeter of it. Then there is a clear part, and then there is somewhat of I'd almost say maybe 5/8 of a circle.
Yeah.
That is attached at the top, and it has that
Yep.
same type of pattern
Yeah.
of bumps and valleys. And
He-
then there's
hedgehog-like
Yeah.
texture.
And then there's another one that almost looks like a circle, and it is a large flat surface with those same rectangles. What do you think that one is right above it? Now, what I said when I pulled this out is I said, this looks like I messed up making a butt plug.
Yeah, it does. It does. It looks like it will stop.
Here it is.
Right in time. It looks like, almost like a bobbin, like a thread bobbin that
I'm gonna
has
help you
like
out,
a
Trent.
ball on the end.
I wasn't playing fair. I was not playing fair because
Is it?
the pieces that you see down there, I think it's safe to come back to the 2-shot.
Does it go in? Screws
It's
in.
on the phone. This is actually the handle. I don't know what the extra ball is for. I have an idea. So that you can hold it like this, because Trent,
Is it for your dogs?
these devices are from the Scratch Pack. That's PAK.
That's exactly what they are.
And
Yep.
it's genius, because the thing that I was talking about, the stick with the circle on the end, this is great for really getting in there. And
Yep.
the bumps are in a way where it feels good, but you don't apply pressure, right?
Yep.
So that way they're just
And you're not
getting-
matting the hair that way. Yep.
Exactly. That's not happening. And then the long handle is if you're like you doing a belly or a
Yep.
back,
Yep.
and you can hold it that way. I think this extra little knob is just if you didn't want to have this and you just
A
wanted
s-
to
a
use the
smaller
wand,
one.
you could cap it
Yeah.
off.
Yep.
And then obviously, as I told you, that this one is a
Yeah.
handheld version of just,
Yep.
you know,
Not unlike an equestrian brush is what it looks like. You
in
know,
a way,
where-
but
where-
it's still
where-
just
Yep.
the massaging bumps so that
But
they
yeah,
can get
yeah.
it. And I did that because, you know, when my dogs are between grooming visits, sometimes they're not quite so fun to pet.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
I love
They
them.
get a little, especially in the fall, and things get kind of dusty
Well-
because it's not as wet, and then they get
Well-
they carry that dust inside. It gets in their fur. You know.
Well, let's also not forget, I wasn't exactly thinking of having dogs when I put in a backyard that's like 70% covered in decomposed granite.
Yeah. Yeah.
Genius. So anyway, I can freely wash Benjamin. I can
Yeah,
clean
right.
him in the tub easy,
Yeah.
but the Samoyeds,
Oh,
their dual coatness is a
Yep.
massive pain in the ass.
got to
because
brush
you
that
have to-
out. Yeah.
Yeah, and I have to have like the blower, and
Yep.
if the blower gets going too high or something, it starts making a bad whistle, and the dogs
And they,
don't
yep.
like that.
Oh
and
yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
it's hell, man. I
Yep.
think I need a new attachment on the end, but the whole point is, I actually just did this because poor Benjamin has been having to get more frequent with Derma Relieve oatmeal shampoo because he's
Yeah,
just got allergies.
Which that stuff is great though. I had a dog that had like just a weird allergy to whatever, and that was the only thing that soothed him was that Derma oatmeal stuff.
Let me tell you something. Benjamin likes my stick. No, he really does. Like he's the only one I could test it on because you know the Samoyeds are skittish and crazy.
It's funny though. So when you're
But when I looked at these,
yeah, oh dude,
right, I was just like,
Dude.
oh my god, I cannot. I can't
it's-
wait for this moment. Just
it's
so
a sadist's dream.
and notice I had the sauciness to make sure I laid them on the contrasting surface of a towel. A towel.
Oh, is that what it is?
That is a towel.
Oh God.
I know. I'm a bad man.
You're
I'm a bad man.
You're a bad man, Will Wilkins.
Oh, but seriously, that was one of those things where I don't even know how it. Oh, I'll tell you how it came up. I was actually thinking, I wonder if anyone like 3D printed, or came up with a 3D print model for just like little combs or little points that you could print out like a cheap set of fake nails out of the 5-cent machine.
Oh, sure,
in front
yeah.
of the Woolworths.
Yeah. Yeah.
If somebody had something like that I would be able to use to scratch him. And that's when this came up, and I said, that's a lot smarter.
You know, there are some sewing tools for like picking stitches that's just like a big needle hook that
Yeah.
slips over your finger. So the design exists. Just make that plastic or 3D printable resin. There you go.
Let me tell you the other thing I want to do, since I'm wasting time and nobody really wants to be doing this. So the funniest thing about like the online culture of making content and my constant desire to have the best sound possible.
Sure.
I got these wireless microphones, right? But
Which
then
one
the
did you
problem
go
is,
with?
I went with the Rode.
Yep. Good call. Yep.
So this is the microphone, receiver plugs into your phone,
Yep.
yada yada. But the problem is, like, you still want to use them like at a close
Just
range.
like it. Yep. Totally.
So you look like this, which to
Yep.
me looks dumb. And I thought, you know what? Of course, somebody came up with it clips right in.
Oh,
They came
no.
up with a handle, and then I'm like, but this didn't get any better somehow. You know what I mean? You look
It's
at
gotta be
this and
longer.
you're like,
It's got,
what is?
You gotta have
are
that
you?
Bob. You gotta have that Bob Barker extension on it.
It looks like it. Honest to God, right now it looks like I'm trying to paint my face. Right?
Because of the sock. That's yeah.
So and they're over there, so I can't pull them up. But I also did get like the windsock cover, the
Yes.
the regular
Yep.
foam one.
Yep.
Which we'll see how we'll look next episode to see how fun that looks.
Yeah.
But what I decided I want to try and do, because there's already models out there, so I could modify somebody's model. They call it a remix. It's a really funny term.
Okay.
I want to get somebody's take replica of a Shure 55 microphone.
Yep.
You guys have all seen it. Elvis
Yep.
having one in his hand. And I just want to get it so it mounts in there and it's pointed right there so that as I'm talking into it like this.
Yep. Yeah. In
Boom.
fact, Ming had a replica, like a digital replica for a little while that he was using.
Mhm. There
of-
is
of
some,
that.
I don't know. It's us old timers. We get
But
nostalgic about
like
microphones.
it's like it's the Earth Angel mic that they had in Back to the Future.
Yeah, that too. That's a good
Yeah.
call, man. That's a good call.
Yeah.
And interestingly enough, both instances of a model of it that I found were people that in their description, my friend was doing a play, so I made up a bunch of these so they could be painted. Both cases, both times. It's like, oh, my friend needed a prop, so we
prop.
did these.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man.
Oh man,
is
now
hilarious.
man, you just kind of like opened up my brain a little bit to like the world of stagecraft and prop masters and how much they are now able, or how easier it is maybe for them to make props.
I think, well, more to the point, the ability to make a lot of what I would call
Something.
not hero props. So,
right. Yep.
like for people that are in the background that need to look like they have the same weapon, you
Yep.
could probably set a print farm on that. Although,
yeah.
I really wonder if it would be more of along the lines of you've 3D printed the model, and
And
then
now
they're
you can
doing some
cast
type
them.
of casting and then
Yeah.
doing it that way.
That would make sense. Yeah.
Because then you're not limited to just making one. You can make multiples at once after you've
Yep.
cast several molds.
Yes. Yeah. And I do know that in fact my roommate few days ago was he made the model for casts, or he printed the model for as a cast for handholds for like rock climbers that
Oh,
you'd like put on a
nice.
wall. Yeah, so he made the cast that then you'd pour the mold into and then go from there. But yeah, because it needs to be so thick,
Well,
for it, but-
it's funny you mention that because I have out in the garage, bringing us full circle, because ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something, no matter what, daddy delivers.
Ooh.
We're gonna go through the awkwardness of trying to put hard plastic around my head. While we talk about the fact that all of this was printed in this gorgeous purple color.
Love it.
I have 2 bags of supports and everything else I've saved for these, because I also picked up silicone molds of dragons eggs, and axolotls.
Oh, hell yes.
Not to mention, I also already have skulls. So I'm going to be taking all of this waste, and then all of my other waste drops will just be multicolored skulls
Right.
filled in like patchwork.
Yep.
I'm going to be making those because and believe it or not, I have held on to an old air fryer for the longest time just because of this.
Yep. No, that makes total sense.
some people call it hoarding, Trent, I think.
Well, I Tim Ado.
The other thing that I did though is I printed all of these things on the SliceWorks triple dipped neoplate that I use because it has excellent adhesion, right?
Yeah.
I have that in. All of this was done on the Creality K2 Plus, and I always use the SliceWorks build plate because these things when they're printing, I'll put up a what is that thing called when it's a time lapse video of these things being made. There are so many supports. That thing holds on really well, but it slots in, so it's not like you can just pick it up off the base. Or it's good because you can carry it and the base won't fall out. Anyway,
right.
Where was I going with that? Oh, I used the SliceWorks build because tons of supports to get these things built, and to have all of this crazy detail.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Actually line up, and
yeah.
It's just you need it to work, and it does. So if you go into the description, you can find the link in the description, or you go to thatwillwilkins.com and you can find the link there to go over to SliceWorks. You will also get a 5% discount off your purchase, but you got to use the offer code thatwillwilkins. That's how they know you said, "Hey, I'm a nethead that wants to support other netheads. I want to support the show."
So you're starting with the which is that the bottom?
This is the top.
Okay, so there's
and
the
as
top.
you can see, it's
It's
part's
toy.
problematic. Here's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
We're gonna go bottom up.
That's what I was wondering. Yeah, if you start from the bottom and then end with the top.
But mind you, also there's been no refinement because part of me is jokingly saying, "But it's also a popcorn bucket." I'm never putting popcorn in it. I should be more considerate of myself.
Because
and put pads in here.
Once
to make everything space out.
Once it goes popcorn, there's no going back. Like you don't need that buttery film against your forehead afterwards.
That's true, because like when you've turned the Bud Light case into your popcorn bucket, you're never putting beer back in it.
Nope.
You know what I mean?
That's one diddle that can't be undid.
Okay, so much as I was worried about, first of all, trying to align these things when you're just live, that's with it just resting on my chin.
Your chin, yeah.
This,
sorry,
that doesn't sound right, no matter how you say that.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's what it.
And then there's the awkwardness of trying to. I can't even see. Of trying to get this piece on.
Okay, so.
Which I can't tell if I need to pivot one way than the other.
Because
it's all.
It's going. It's sliding into place.
Is it?
Yeah. Turn it to your right a little more.
Nope, because now the back is falling off.
Oh shit.
The center cannot hold, Trent.
We're stress testing and it's not going well.
It's not. Okay, so it looks like it's in place.
Is it? I think it's in. Is there a gap still a little? I can't tell.
No, there's not. It's just there's so much goddamn detail on here.
Yeah, there's just so much of it.
Okay, let's see if this is the correct one of these. I mean, this part would probably be best to put on beforehand.
And those also,
it's quite unmanageable.
Do those also act as kind of a securing feature between the front and back plates?
They're a chick magnet, Trent. That's what they are. Every lady gonna love this. My wife sees this. Let me tell you something. There are a lot of guarantees in life. One of them is
You ever had a man eat your planet?
Oh. I would pretty much be kicked out of the house if I walked into the bedroom like this.
Just that, Will. That's all you're wearing when you walk in.
Oh my God, it's pulling my head down.
Galactus hungers.
Okay, so much as I was concerned originally, there has to be additional support to help it stop and lock in.
Yeah, and this is where I think a
this is I don't know if you can see that. This is where my head is.
Yep, exactly.
Oh, and there goes my ear.
Oh shit.
God damn it.
Our pets' heads are falling off.
Okay, but the good news is that if you were looking at this from a cosplay perspective or from a I've got the bragging rights that I can put on a Galactus helmet. Do you have a Galactus helmet? No, you don't.
I can put on a popcorn box.
I can. Okay, well, we saw that it fit. So
yeah, it fits. Yeah.
Everybody, thank you for being there for us. We confirmed that it'll fit. Parts are falling down now and probably have broken. And I've guaranteed I will never know the touch of a woman again in my life. So I got that going for me.
I don't know what you're talking about, Will. I'm all.
I feel. I looked up and
I'm
I
all
saw
boned
this and I
up
felt
right
like
now.
Right. I looked up and I saw this and I thought I'm like, is that the monitor? Just for a second.
No, you're just Ludo now.
Am I the anti-monitor? No, man. Don't make me some robot that just does shit people tell me to do.
Well, I think he was once a man.
Oh no, I'm sorry. That was Lobot. I got my robots confused.
Yeah.
My guys confused. I apologize. Which, by the way, another one of those cases where it's like, George Lucas, what in the fuck were you thinking with these names? So the guy that's got machinery around his head that's keeping him functioning is called Lobot.
Lobot.
So
no, you're right. Yeah.
You're just keeping the Lobot down. Is what I'm hearing.
Yep.
And let's also never forget the in memoriam Porkins, the fat guy flying an X-wing is named Porkins. Really?
Yeah.
Come on, George. I mean, okay, I know. You get into the prequels and you see like Watto and the Trade Federation and you're like, Will, I think there are other parts of Star Wars to worry about. But I'm just saying.
You see, Carrie, in space there are no bras. So I don't think it would be
because it would kill you. Why, George?
I don't think that it would be practical for the character to be wearing a bra.
Speaking of not being practical, I'm going to have to redesign my entire back wall now. The space behind me, because I need to incorporate this.
Yeah.
You know, my favorite thing about doing stuff like this is the question I get from my wife that says, "Now, what are you going to do with that?"
Well, I got the.
By the way, I'm sorry. I was holding up the classic California-inspired out of time license plate.
Well,
from
and
Back
I'm
to the
wondering,
Future.
Will, is there any way you can turn it into a mobile type device where it is always spinning? Like
But sorry, robots, you got to go. I just need this little dumb little rotator. Little.
but really though, dude, like
Do the Disney trick of just some streamers being blown up to look like
that
fire.
scene, like that it's just a quick little cutaway, but it is like burned into my memory. That license plate just
Yeah, that is one of those classic movie moments that really
totally
doesn't really become a defining moment, but it's
No.
definitely a visual we'll never
iconic.
forget.
Yeah, like that's you could see just that cutaway and instantly you know the film. Like 2 seconds of it.
The first time we saw the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park, another one.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. Yeah.
I for the longest time was afraid of water because of the sight of a shark fin.
Shark? Yeah.
No, I mean, not that there was any in the bodies of water. I saw the movie that had the shark fin, and
Right, yeah.
Jaws can get me in the toilet. Okay,
Anywhere.
anywhere. There's water. The science holds.
Yeah.
That's all I'm
it's
saying.
true. Yeah.
Trent, did we achieve all the objectives we started out to, or we
Well-
set out to do?
Well, Will, you know, we did our superheroes. We did our 3D printing. And
Uh-huh.
Will, we figured out what my purpose was.
What is my purpose?
Apparently, it's to waste time together on a Saturday night. That's what our purpose is, everybody. Hey, guys, thanks for joining. I really appreciate you all being here for the awkwardness of trying to put that thing on. I'm going to look forward more to having that sitting on a shelf somewhere, I think, than ever being worn on my head.
Say that now, man. Say that now.
As I mentioned,
Halloween
one
is
thing-
just 60
Halloween's a 4-letter word, Trent.
53 days away.
One thing I did notice, if you look in the design, there's this notch here,
Yeah.
right? And then within the helmet, the upper part that you saw me try awkwardly to get into, there's one at one at all of the other poles, if you will. So,
so
I
there's
wonder if
a
that's
fashioning station of sorts.
yeah, where if you just
Yeah.
had something that was almost like what you use to clean a ball cap, but instead it
Yep.
has
Yeah, just a bump
it also
cap.
has clips that go into
Yep.
that, almost like a reverse or like a French cleat.
Yes,
And
exactly.
then it would hold it up because that's
Yep.
what it needs. I'm telling you right now, that's what it needs.
What it
Because
needs
it
is
was the only reason why it looked like it fit was because the ears were resting on my shoulders.
right.
But you go back and watch the game footage, you're gonna see that didn't work so well.
Yeah. Well, you can see right here. If he zigged when he should have zagged right here.
Yes, you're looking at the footage and you're like, you know what? This is the moment he knows.
Yep.
He fucked
She's
up.
like, oh shit.
Why am I doing this? This isn't worth it. But I just thought this thing has been like popping up time and time again. And I already talked about the pain in the ass filament loss I had because I accidentally printed another 108% faceplate that doesn't work with all of your 100% parts.
Yeah. But you know, at least the stays are all getting a second life. In which an axolotl, dude, come on, how cute and perfect is the coloring on that?
I'm more interested to see like the dragon egg because I can, if you think about it with the dragon egg one, or even with the dragon ones, I can drop in. I've got some metallic silver support still too. So
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see. That'll be an interesting experiment. We'll catch some footage of it and see how it goes. But I make no promises, ladies and gentlemen. It's because it's going to be me playing with fire and toxic chemicals. What could go wrong?
You just leave the garage door open. Will, leave the garage door open.
Hi, I'm Netheads.
Maybe,
They said I had too much paint.
maybe put a fan in the
Right.
window.
You know what I also love about doing this is that there's always one or two magnets that don't quite want to adhere for whatever
Oh,
reason.
Yeah.
So it's just like, oh, that back piece is missing a magnet, isn't it? Yes, it is. It's right there. Which, by the way, that's also the other fun game is constantly playing the polarity game when you're putting these things in.
Wait, are they just not lining up? Or are they pushing against each other? What the hell's going on?
I got a simple rule, Trent. I got a simple rule. I don't know if you heard me. It's a simple rule, okay? It's very simple.
Yeah.
I hold the stack of magnets in my hand. If it is an outside piece, I pull it off the stack, and that side that's facing off the top goes in. Okay?
So
and then
they're
if
all
I got the same stack in my hand, same stack,
side.
right?
Yep.
Then if it's an inside piece, I'm going to take that magnet, pop it off of there, I'm going to put it in there.
Yep.
Because I already know those are the two ends that will now attract.
Yep.
I've
Well,
only and all of that confidence said with my whole chest, I've only screwed up like 8 or 9 times.
well, it's like a great Californian once said, if it does not fit,
You must have quit. And it is time for us to quit. Thank you for joining us on this Netheads number 412 journey. God knows I appreciate it. By the way, Trent, when I'm putting those magnets into your helmet before I ship it, let me show you this. I got to tell you, the slice box is amazing. I've already told you about how it gave me a finishing tool that I could also use as a plastic welder, right? And then last month, it had the bonus item of like a complete everything you'd need to ever work on your 3D printer nozzle tool, multi-tool. This time, we got the Tap Daddy. So if you need more weight or less weight, you can use this to just gently tap and align pieces together.
That's smart, actually. And then that way you're not getting especially if it's something that you've done like a really fine resin for it, you're not putting your fingers into it.
And here, like for press parts.
Yep.
Press fit assembly of 3D printed parts, right?
Oh, that's smart.
And these are the filaments that were this month. I actually got this pink one, and I got the red, white, and blue tricolor.
You were like, I got plenty of purple. I don't need any more purple.
No, actually, I got to admit, I did find another box of the metallic purple. So obviously, I thought I had screwed something up beyond a certain point. But they've even like every month, subscribers also get this flyer, and they get like extra bonus things. It's like, hey, you want an extra discount off of merch? You do that.
Oh, on top of what they're getting.
Yeah, and they do like they send you to. Look, if you're a 3D printer, you never have enough filament. You just don't.
Yep.
Okay, and sometimes you get something like a red, white, and blue tricolor filament, and you think, what would be very interesting to do? I'm going to make a silly magician's wand with that, so it's this patriotic magic wand. I don't know, man.
Or
the filament sometimes inspires
holder.
You. The whole point is the bonus item is always guaranteed to be like around the $20 mark as well, and it's $40. It's $39.99 for it. You can get 5% off, I think, the subscription if you use code ThatWillWilkins as well.
Oh, smart.
Or at least the first month. I love the SliceWorks box. It's continuously giving me things I didn't know I need on my 3D printing journey. So there you go. Link in bio. Use code ThatWillWilkins to check out for the 5% discount and to make sure they know you sent them. Trent, thank you, man. I really appreciate this. I'm really looking forward to not only being done with this and going to sleep, but also how I am just in moments going to completely screw up the ending of the episode. But regardless, till next time, guys, my name is Will.
And my name's Trent.
And we will be back
soon.
Netheads. We'll be back soon.
Goodbye.
Gus.
This has been a Smodcast production. Smodcast Podcast. Using our mouths on you since 2007.
Okay, well, the good news is I didn't mess it up. The structure is sound. The structure works. The bad news is I'm sure the rest of the script isn't gonna work at all, Trent. Not a bit.
Not at all.
Nope. If I had to put a confidence meter on it, I'm gonna say I have about a 5% chance of sticking the landing.
Yeah,
okay?
Well, Bob, they were going along really, really well until the end, and that's right at that point when the helmet went on, you could tell that things were just off kilter, and it's really heartbreaking because they really wanted to come out of this with the W.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see how it plays out.